Hello guys! In today's episode we stick to the topic of Azkaban and Dementors. If you want to know why they don't occur in tropical countries, watch until the end. Let's move on. Dementor is one of the most terrifying creatures in the wizarding world. His food is human happiness and good feelings from the environment. He sucks them out of his victim, leaving him without anything positive. Dementors were also able to deprive a person of his or her soul by giving the so-called Dementor kiss. For a long time, Dementors were under the Ministry of Magic's control and served as Azkaban's guards, but then they joined Voldemort and supported him during the Second Wizarding War. But how did creatures such as Dementors come into existence in the first place? We need to go back to the 15th century to answer this question. That's when Azkaban was created. It was created by Equistis, who was a cruel wizard. He practiced dark magic and lured Muggle sailors to the fortress to torture them. This practice meant that Azkaban was so filled with evil after his death that it began to attract all evil forces. Dementors are the embodiment of everything worse and devil, so they were happy to live in Azkaban. But was it Azkaban that caused Dementors to exist at all? This has yet to be discovered. According to sources, Azkaban was a place haunted by Dementors, which means it must have existed before it was founded. It became an ideal place for them to stay and breed. Azkaban has become a stronghold for Dementors, their natural shelter. The Dementors stayed there until Kingsley Shacklebolt decided to drive them out of Azkaban. The Dementors proved disloyal to the Ministry by joining Lord Voldemort during the Second Wizarding War. Exactly. The fact that Dementors could enter into agreements with wizards and assess if agreements were more favorable to them sheds light on the fact that they were intelligent beings who cared about their interests. They were not mindless monsters, as it often believed. They did their job diligently until they decided that saving someone else would make them more profit. Dementors could also communicate with wizards, although they primarily needed their good feelings which they fed on. So, they were able to choose and restrain their desires. They could also conduct organized searches, such as the manhunt they organized for Sirius Black. Dementors reproduce by division. They spray a mist around themselves in which their multiplication takes place. They are also immortal, which can cause problems for the wizarding community. After expelling the Dementors from Azkaban, something had to be done with them. But it was impossible to get rid of them permanently. Once a Dementor is born, it will remain in the world forever. They were not visible to either Muggles or Squibs. Therefore, Arabella Fick testimony before the Wizengamot regarding Harry in the 5th part of the saga was a lie. In fact, she only felt their presence but could not see them. However, the woman lied for Potter's sake. The Dementors were blind. They sensed their victims only through the charge of positive emotions they could suck out of them. People around them felt cold, unsettling silence and darkness. Dementors made people think all the worst. They also caused depression and even madness. The worst thing a Dementor could do was kiss a victim. that is, depriving the soul. He had to throw off his hood and put his mouth to the humans to do this. The tooth deprived that person of his humanity. Further existence was pointless in this case. Interestingly, Dementors are not known in tropical countries. Most likely they are not there. It needs to be clarified why. Perhaps due to the increased temperature, their existence is difficult. It is known that Dementors cause and like a cold climate. They also make the area in which they appear dark. In my opinion, the lack of Dementors in tropical climates is also influenced by the cultivation of cocoa beans in those areas. Chocolate made from cocoa beans is a well-known remedy in the wizarding world for the harmful effects of Dementors. Perhaps wizards living in tropical conditions having cocoa at hand become immune to Dementors and their powers. As we read in the book, eating chocolate after an encounter with a Dementor caused a wave of heat that overcame the cold caused by these creatures. The warm climate, chocolate and sun made Dementors not brave enough to inhabit those areas. And what do you think about that? Share your thoughts in the comments. I recommend you to watch other films about the Star Wars saga. Take care. Goodbye.